Yes, we on. Hey, what's going on, party people? Hey, now if this is your first time here, welcome. It's definitely a great pleasure to have you here. I go by the name of Lespri. I am a spiritual healer. And essentially, guys, what I do as a spiritual healer, excuse me, I help you to attain your highest level of consciousness. And what that means, pretty much, I help you to become what is called the Christ like. To attain your highest level of consciousness is to become the Buddha, is to become the awakened one, the enlightened one. And all of that, what that means is pretty much when we talk about Jesus, when we talk about Buddha, it's vice versa. It's the same thing, because any Buddhas, and what Buddha did, he had attained his highest level of consciousness. So that's why if you know anything about their journey or their story, you'll get to see where they started, how they did it, and of course, the whole Siddhartha story. If you know it, it's not necessary for me to go in there. I mean, it tells you. I mean, if you know Jesus, the same thing. He was born from a virgin and all that good other, good other stuff. Now, but ultimately, you'll get to see their story, their trials and tribulations, and their evolution, and why they become who they become. Now, keep that in mind. Well, let me just say this because this is going to be the gist of the conversation that we're going to be talking about. That's why, religion, spirituality, you should make it your life. But keep that in mind. But anyway, so with that being said, how do I help you to attain your highest level of consciousness? I help you to do so by you becoming in alignment with or by you becoming emotionally and mentally balanced. And why is that important, for you to attain your highest level of consciousness? Because if either, your mental or your emotion is not in alignment or it's not in harmony, you're gonna become one-sided. Whichever one is stronger, that's the side you'll be. But you'll be one-sided. Meaning, if you're the type of guy that says, okay, you have to become more intellect, more mental, and suppress your emotions, or you think for you to master your mental, you have to suppress your emotions. It's the same thing. That is not the case. You become one sided, you become very rigid and logical, and you're missing out on the small things. So, therefore, you don't see the big picture. And vice versa. Let's say now you became very emotional, and then obviously, when we say someone is too emotional, you already know what you're saying to that person. It's like, they need to balance it out, or you're not seeing clearer. And this is a big thing too, because as part of our conversation tonight, we're going to talk about, how they are being blinded, the living corpse, blinded by their ignorance. And I already talk about that too. I talk about not that. Not. I guess it's related what I talked about because for you to have a better understanding of this reality, you have to have a better understanding of who you are, and that's what we call the inner vision. Do you see what I'm saying? Because and the more conscious you become of yourself, the deeper you delving into a whole different reality. And that's what you could call that's the separation between little boys and men. We become men while we have a greater understanding that changes the way we look at reality, that also changes our behavior. and it also changes the way we speak. But all of that derives from, the level of consciousness that you have attained. So therefore, we could be sharing the same space and time, but at the same, that's why only you can save yourself, and that's what I'm trying to help you to see in you. That's the consciousness you need to tap into for you to become the enlightened one, the Illuminati, the Christ, the Buddha. But going back now to your emotions, if you're too emotional, you're not seeing things right, and your emotions, has blinded you. And that's why a lot of what we call the living corpse, and I will get into that. I guess I'm getting a little bit ahead of the whole conversation here, but essentially, just so you know, that's what we're going to be talking about too. When we talk about the living corpse, they're all blinded by their ignorance, and this shit is crazy. Well, it's not crazy, but it is what it is. But also, like, mind blowing. Blew my mind a little bit. But anyway, let's get back to the conversation at hand. In another way, welcome, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm Lespri. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, well, like I told you guys, I am a spiritual healer, and that's pretty much what I do, right? So now, to get down a little bit, or to get a little bit further into, what I mean by being mentally and emotionally balanced. For instance, when we talk about, for you to balance your emotions, what it means is you would have to get in touch with your emotions. You would have to acknowledge your emotions. You would have to understand what is the issue here, what is your own pain. So, and then from that understanding, now you're able to work shit out. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we call in the occult, you're doing your shadow work. And just so you guys know too, and that's why you're pretty much dealing with your dark side. And as an occultist or a spiritualist, what we're doing to you pretty much for you to become conscious, you have to be aware of what they call in the occult your dark side. The dark side, those are the side of you that is not visible to other people. When we're talking about your emotions, we're talking about your, pretty much, it's telling you to be conscious of what you're not conscious of, which is pretty much that other aspect of you. So when we call this world the land of the lost, Maya, the world of illusion, all of what this is referring to is a world of ignorance. And that's why in this reality, you have to become aware. You got to wake up. Do you understand? You got to wake up. And things are not what they appear to be. Even when you're talking to people, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all we're doing. We're getting to know somebody. And when shit don't work out, that's what you go through in your relationship. But how conscious are you of it? That's why you got to find your person. Well, finding your person has to do with you finding you. When you find you, that's when you find your person. That's why they tell you love you before you love somebody else. And the minute you do too, you'll be able to love somebody else. Truthfully, not deceiving. You know what I'm saying? But truly loving somebody because that's part of you. It makes sense. You're making it count. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be with somebody that you don't want to be with? Like, and then you're sharing bad and shit? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? If that person's not the one, find the one, motherfuckers. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? And what would you want to be with somebody that's not the one? Because it's not giving you anything substantial. There's nothing worth you living for here, let alone for you to die for. You know what I'm saying? But all of that, it's all part of us, being in alignment with your emotions. Because a lot of that is part, of you dealing with, with what you call your issues. But nevertheless, to become emotionally balanced, what that means is for you to get in touch with your emotions and understand your emotional pattern. If there's any blockages at that point, you'll know how to handle it. When you go see your shrink, that's what they're doing. They're helping you to spot or to identify, you know what I'm saying? So what happened? How did you feel when your uncle in the middle of the night came in and started fucking you? You know that? I mean, shit, I'm not trying to laugh at nobody's pain, and this is where too, like, because this is sensitive, as your bitch ass is just now acknowledging it, then I would have to be quiet. I would not say a word. I would not judge you. But once you overcome that, nigga, like that's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for you to get to the point where it's bullshit. When it's bullshit, nigga, give me a call. Then now we got shit to talk about, shit to laugh about, but most importantly, shit to be proud of. Because these were the things that turn you that set you free. And that's how you truly acknowledge your emotions and you address the actual issue. Now, for me, when the new me had to meet with the old me, that's what we were addressing. That's what it's called, healing the wounded child. This is you, in the occult, we said you got to heal your wounded child. Those early emotions. And sometimes, shit, you may not even remember the shit. Because now your mind, because you're suppressing that emotions, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Because we'll include that, because we're going to be talking about the living corpse and how they are blinded by their ignorance. What I call the living corpse, or what you call your day-to-day people. They have breath, they walking around, you know what I'm saying, but yet they're not conscious of their action. And how can you be conscious of your actions when you are psychologically blinded or psychologically blind? That's why you'll see, and I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here, what a lot of people are calling a narcissist, the people who can acknowledge what the fuck they do. I mean, I know you want to call it crazy, right? Well, that's a good 95% of you, motherfucker. I mean, it might be easier to call out the narcissist, but I could tell you, for me, that's it stopped when I became fully conscious. You see it? So I've been there myself. So trust me, and that's why I always tell people too. If you can't tell me how stupid you used to be, I mean, you calling other people stupid, I could see that. But how about you though? You never was stupid? Well, Jocelyn, if that's what you think, you go ahead and clean your own house, nigga. Go clean your house, right? You know what I'm saying? After you get your house cleaned up, then now, if you, you know what I'm saying? And you might be too tired to talk about other people's business. That's how this shit goes. But anyway, going back to being emotionally balanced, it's that whole process and understanding and connection that you got to have. It's you becoming emotionally intelligent, pretty much. Now, In addition to that, we also talk about being mentally balanced, and that pretty much entails the same baseline understanding I mean, in the sense of, let's just say, you want to understand how your mind works. You want to be aware of how were you being conditioned to think, not just in the past, but how is it being done now? Because now, for you to become mentally balanced, now you're becoming more aware of your culture. That's why you would have to learn, if you were born in America, to being a fucking American without being a fucking American. That means, yes, you were born here, but now as a person, how are you building yourself? You know what I'm saying? And depending on your level of understanding, it's gonna be different. If you're a motherfucking American nigga that never left the states, with a motherfucker that born here and left the state and went, I mean, their perspective is gonna be different from you, nigga. They're gonna have more of a world approach, and that also means they would have a better understanding as well, or a little more conscious of who they are, or how their minds work, or because, or they would have their extension. I mean, their consciousness, awareness would be expended, because obviously they have expended. I mean, listen, if you when you leave your territory, I mean, it's all in the mind. You know what I'm saying? It's taking place in both. Like when you go beyond your territory, I mean, shit, your mind is also being expended. But anyway, to make it easier, I think I was going in a little too more. I mean, hey, listen, gems. You know what I'm saying? It was said for whoever the fuck wanted to hear it. That was for you, baby. But going back to what we're talking about here, is to have a greater understanding even of your environment, because, or anything that is contributing that may have a contribution to how you think. Political party will affect the way you think, so you have to be aware of it. Your Just like we were talking about, culture, definitely a big part of it. Oh my God, definitely a big part of it. Because you can also be blinded by your culture too. You don't be held hostage by your own fucking culture. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And ironically, that's what I see around us. It's part of our culture. I'll give you a perfect example. We always associate love with marriage. Well, if he loves you, he would have married you. That's how you can tell. Like, if you're trying to understand how the collective thinking is, well, listen to what everybody else is saying. And then you would also say, because he married her, you're assuming it's love. We are being blinded. Whereas getting married had nothing to do with love, man. The truth is, there's a bunch of motherfuckers who've been married for a long time who's not in love with one another. And some people got married in the first place. They don't even love each other. So what the fuck are we talking about? Do you see what I'm trying to tell you? But the collective understanding, it's like right now, if I were to tell you, nah, man, I didn't. Well, you didn't love her because like we're saying, that's what one thing is. Meanwhile, when we're dealing with the court system, it's a contract. Go, go talk about love in court. You tell me how that works. Your Honor, wait a minute. You know, why do we gotta go half? We love each other. You know what I'm saying? You should go in there and be Your Honor, I'm in love. Well, nigga, you willing to give over your 50%? That's how the honor would be looking at you. So what's up? You know what I'm saying? Love ain't got nothing to do with it. But yet again, we throw it the word loosely, and but again, I'm saying all of that to say, here we are, man. We are being blinded by our own fucking culture, and then in the same culture, there's a different reality. You know what I'm saying? You have a Cinderella understanding of love, then you call it marriage, and then now when you go to the real court, which is the real life that you're living, they call it half. Or fuck around, she might even get all of it. Alimony, child support, that's what they call it there. He said, just in case if you don't get the picture. And listen, man, like, fuck, like, you don't even have to be spiritual for that shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? The fuck? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it is what it is. But again, as I'm saying this too, I want you to keep in mind, but when you're being blinded by ignorance, you know, that's the world that we are living in. And even the people who are supposedly in power, I mean, in fact, they push the fucking agenda, which is, you know, I mean, it's that blinded the whole fucking, I mean, society itself, teaching you not to be you, like all of these things. But I'll get to talk about it a little bit further. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Um, yeah, so again, you know, for you to attain your highest level of consciousness or to become the Christ like, is for you to become mentally and emotionally balanced. Now, if you coming back, essentially that's exactly what that is. So if you coming back, you already know what we do here, baby. It's a holy communion. It's always good to have you. You know what I'm saying? Get your plate. I got it for you, baby. We cooking right here. You already know, man. Nothing but love and respect and all that good shit. Now, let's get into it. Now, as part of my routine, guys, if this is your first time, I always take a minute to talk about spirituality, and I'll make sure tonight is a minute because sometimes it could be a few minutes. But I'll make sure, you know, to wrap it up because we got some shit to talk about, and I got some other shit to do. But anyway, um, yes, as a spiritual healer, spirituality is what I use to express, or for me, I mean, when I'm sharing some sort of understanding. I mean, okay, let me say it this way: spirituality is the mirror that I hold for you to see who you are. So, meaning everything I talk about is in reference of that. I'm just telling you where I got my looks from. That's why I look so good, baby. And no shit with my game. And listen, anytime, any given second, like if it's an opportunity for me to capitalize on me, nigga, listen, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. You hear me? Yeah. It's that way. Hmm. So basically, spirituality is, you know, is what I use as a reference. So it's only fair, obviously, I'm trying to let you know what you're getting yourself into, right? So as a spiritual healer, that's my source, and that's where I get all my shit from. And when we talk about spirituality, we also talk about the occult, you know, which is pretty much what we call the esoteric knowledge. It's the written side of it. Now, that part of it is dealing with, again, is helping you to to reconnect to yourself, or to become aware of the part of you that you're not aware of. And that's what becoming consciousness. Like in the middle of it, you become conscious, of what is here that you don't acknowledge, because you are blinded by your ignorance, and that's what we're going to be talking about too. Right? When you're no longer blinded by your ignorance, and that's why we say, knowing thyself now will set you free. Free of sufferance, free of a limited perspective, free of a material bondage. I mean, it's true freedom. I mean, it's you being aware, it's you taking accountability, it's you understanding I am responsible for my life. It's you becoming more conscious. It's you being born again, the old shit are gone, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Again, all of these things, it's all spirituality. And that's why spirituality is not meant to be used as a way to escape, or as escapism, if I could call it that way. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a drug. You see how motherfuckers go to church on Sunday, and then you have you have the rest of the week. So there's no connection. I mean, that's just another social activities, and that's exactly what these motherfuckers do. And that kind of spirituality, or call it religion, call it whatever the fuck, it's not useful, because there's no transformation out of that. And besides, these motherfuckers, it becomes a social thing for them to do. Just like you do this, you go Monday to Friday. You actually go to school, and then you do that. I mean, it's just a ritual. Just a fucking ritual. You're a living corpse. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. But it's all one. And that's spirituality in itself as well. But anyway, let's go back to. I mean, I'm not trying to confuse you, but I'm trying to get you to see the different angles of it. Because spirituality, it embodies everything. What you call your Bible, whatever the fuck. Because ultimately, all of those things are part of our story as humankind, or human beings, whatever the fuck you like to say. My story, your story, her story, his story, yeah, everybody's story. It's all of us, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, believe it or not. That's why when we talk about spirituality, it's you. Now, what you are we talking about? Now, it's to delve into yourself. And then there's the word spirit in it. Well, when you start to know your nature, then you're like, wait a minute, I'm more than dick and pussy. Even dating somebody, it's more than just getting your dick hard. I mean, yes, it's part of it. That's why now you understand a relationship. Yeah, I mean, we're not saying sex shouldn't be part of it, but it takes more than that. Well, that part that it takes more to is acknowledging that other part of you. That's why even when you're saying, let me get to know somebody, what the fuck are you going to get to know? And to know anybody is to get to know them. What the fuck does that mean? I see you. You know what I'm saying? I know what you look like, but yet what you look like, there's a more you to you than what you look like. And that's all of us. That's why you could say this motherfucker's a snake, that bitch is a who, whatever the fuck, hoes and all that shit. And that's all of us. What the fuck? So again, just to have a better understanding of who you are, that alone would let you know there's more to you than just your dick and pussy. And that's what becoming spiritual now at this point is. Then now you become spiritual. Now you start to acknowledge, like you have a subconscious mind. You understand you have to open up your third eye. You got to be in alignment with your chakras, whatever the fuck y'all niggas said to yourself. But ultimately, that's what you're doing. It's having a deeper understanding of who you already were. That's why you become born again, or that's why you have to wait. The whole aspect of you awakening, that's what the shit is. It's becoming more conscious, more aware of things. No, I mean, now you're becoming aware of things that is not just surface level. Because none of us essentially is surface level. Do you see what I'm saying? So you are a living mind. So when you get to understand what is that essence, then you realize, nigga, okay, you want to change your life, change your thinking. All successful motherfuckers got a very similar way of thinking. They don't get their success the same. They don't get all this shit the same. But you know what I'm saying? They know they are both knowledgeable men, because and when become knowledgeable doesn't mean you know everything neither. What that means is you have the understanding on how most shit works. Meaning, myself being a knowledgeable guy, I will tell you, man, you want to have a strong mind is a strong body. I would also tell you, you want to change your mind or change your mentality. Another successful motherfucker would tell you the same too. Because we understand that's the basic on how shit works. Now, how I choose to create my reality and go about success is always going to be different for the next man. And then that's when, it's a blessing now when you see both, when you, that's why this is for the livings. I know for me, when I see another one of me, oh, listen, it's there's a spark in me, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're feeding off of each other. And that's what giving gems is. Now we're polishing. I'm like, that's how you did that. That's what you. And then when I tell them something like, oh, do you see what I'm? It's a pleasure. It's listen. It's a great fucking. It's having great companies too. You know what I'm saying? It's having great companies too, man. I'm saying, your boy's getting some muscle up in this thing. You know what I'm saying? Shit, nigga, I'm ready for summer, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We're losing weight. We're looking good. You know what I'm saying? We're feeling good, and our money's getting good. You hear me? Anyway. Spirituality is your fucking life. Now, unfortunately, due to our ignorance, because we're going to be talking about a lot about being blinded by our own ignorance and what it and listen, and I'm going to show you it's that reality. When you live in a society that train you for you not to be you, how do you embrace you? That's why it's hard, so much hard. How, can you imagine like how hard it is for people to even know what they like? That's crazy, bro. That's like you saying I was not born with a fucking intuition. I wasn't born with no fucking desire in me. I wasn't born. It's like you saying you wasn't born with you, dog. So now we gotta ask you the question. Okay, you know what? Fuck money. Because we already know you thinking with money. So even that question in itself, it's like, you know what? I know. I mean, the truth is, motherfucker, we're saying, okay, you can't find you because you're thinking about money. In other words, because you can't be you because you're not acting like you. You want to be something else. How can you be you? So when we tell you, okay, fuck money, what would you do? Even okay, not even fuck money. You got $1 million here, or you don't have $1 million. What thing would you like? It's really, it's feeding you through tubes. It's like it's doing the airplane with you, and just that is to show you how much on a low vibrational, like a lot of people are the living corpse. But anyway, I will get there. The misconception, the ignorance about spirituality now derives from that because you were trained not to be you. Now, what you call your self-esteem, it's not your self, it's your self-image. You care about what you look like only from the outside. That's why you become people pleaser. We're looking for validation. Well, that was trained. It was part of our training. That is your society doing that. I mean, I don't know if I should say your leaders. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hey. So then now you have a society that is training people on not to be who they are, and then now you may have your parents or myself who's telling you to be who you are. And that's the overall, if you want to call it, the war between good and evil, or good and evil. Um, However you want to, I mean, that's ultimately what it really comes down to now. Well, this is the battlefield. This is what we are being faced, even myself, as someone who chose to be me, not hurting nobody. I should say. And then now everybody's being hurt because I'm just being me. But the reason why they're being hurt is because of who they are. So it ain't really like I'm hurting them, but they're afraid of themselves. Because when they look at me now, they see themselves. Do you see what I'm saying? That's when they would tell me, oh, you think you better than me? Nah, nigga, I'm just being me. In fact, I don't even see you. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you see, and that's what you have your haters. See, you have to look at the cause, not the effect. Or if you're looking at the effect, understand the cause. Don't become one sided by having just a surface understanding. So when we're talking about the living corpse, that's who you're dealing with. You dealing with people that are, that are breathing, that are walking around, but who are psychologically dead. Think about it, man. Let's take a step back, right? Yo, let's talk about the Jesus story for a second. Why would Jesus even be dead, bro? Do you understand what I'm saying? You got a nigga that was talking about love. The government all sent motherfuckers after him, FBI after him. This nigga said, "Hey, nigga, pay these niggas their taxes." Yo, FBI, nigga, shit, I don't owe you no money, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's ticking, baby. Make your move. Oh, we clean on this side, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have to say it for myself, nigga. Yeah, you have no business here, nigga. Your business is not. I have no business with you. Not that way. The only business I got with you, nigga, come let me know, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's the only business I got with you, nigga. Come here, man. Let's close the books. I get my money, nigga. I'm gone. You feel me? None of that shit. What the fuck was I talking about? I'm always bullshit. A nigga like Jesus. You know, when you're looking at, I mean, shit. Let's not, jump too quick to be like this nigga was too fucking innocent, guys. Right? I mean, I think those were a legitimate question. Like, sir, who do you think you are? I could see you like I see myself. To claim that you are the Son of God. What about us? Do you see what I'm trying to say? Well, actually, I'm trying to take this story in two different paths. I mean, the first one I'm trying to get you to acknowledge. That's why, you know what I'm saying, for you to see, you know, well, it's three things that I'm really saying here. So let's make the first point. The first point is you have a guy who was talking about love, not stepping on nobody's toes. You know what I'm saying? Telling you to pay your taxes. He's handling God's work. You know what I'm saying? He ain't bothering nobody. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then what? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't have a government story on him. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, man. The only thing I got is speeding ticket, nigga. You know what I'm saying? The only thing you see over here is a speeding ticket, dog. You know I'm not saying I'm innocent at all. I mean, all I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? If you want to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what you're going to see. You know what I'm saying? I'm a bad boy on a whole different level. Know where you at, stranger? Just know where you at. So, yeah. Now the other perspective also, I mean, let's just say this nigga was saying some outlandish shit, right? Because when you're looking at, I mean, it's the same thing today, guys. Let's just be honest, right? I mean, a guy who just walks up to you telling you he's the son of God. Come on now, nigga. I mean, what about us? You know what I'm saying? You God and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying? You come on, man. You see what I'm saying? So, I, here's the third point now. So, whichever way you choose to digest a story or to process the narrative, if it doesn't help you to see beyond what you read, how you're looking at it, you're not even asking the right question. Or maybe the story is not it's not prompting you to go beyond it. Because when you're reading, like just like you're reading anything, it's to grasp the understanding of what's being said. You see what I'm saying? That's when most people will tell you, well, there's a little bit of contradiction going on here, man. Don't you think? I could see it. And maybe the contradiction is meant for you to acknowledge something greater. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, guys, listen, man. I mean, you think a virgin could actually give birth? If you do, hey, God works in mysterious ways. Listen, hey, yeah, yeah. You know, but let me say this too: the union of a male and a female is that in itself too is a miracle. I mean, the kids, you know, even the process of the kid. Now, we may look at it as something that's natural because we see it constantly. You know, I'm saying too, not having a greater understanding of you. You are mysterious. I mean, you are the mystery. The mystery is you. That's why the task, the responsibility of every man and woman is to find who you are. Because you are the greatest mystery of it all. That's the race. That's why you're here. Congratulations. Go find who you are. Let's share the story. Well, this is spirituality for your ass. And that's where the manuals comes in as a guide for you to awaken yourself. Spirituality, as we're looking at it now, unfortunately, due to ignorance, it's used as a way to escape. Even when you go to church, you see it's a Sunday church. You know what I'm saying? It's a social event that you go to. And in that social event is dedicated to God for that day, on that day. What's going on the next day? Real life activity shit? What the fuck? What is that? That's why they will tell you, a man of God. That's exactly who you are. It's not on a day like this is your essence. What are we talking about here? You see, this is a whole different level of consciousness. This is not for the living corpse. This is not for the Sunday church. This type of understanding is for the everyday of life. In this life and the next. Or life after death. However the fuck you want to call it. See, that's the knowledge. Once you become in alignment with it, it transcends time. The true transformation, the true understanding. The flesh has to be, again, so going back, I know I know this is dedicated to the living corpse. It's good to know. You gotta know the science of ignorance. As a light worker or whatever, part of life or part of your journey that you're in, you have to acknowledge the dark side. You have to acknowledge, like I always tell people, only when you're no longer toxic, you could acknowledge how toxic you used to be. So what that is saying or showing, now you have the understanding of ignorance. And most people who are ignorant, they are not conscious of that. So I'm saying all of that to say, when you look at Jesus, a story like Jesus, when you look at a story like Martin Luther King, and just now I was watching One Love Bob Marley. You're looking at these people who are talking about love. Now, you would understand why these niggas killed Christ, man. Those living corpse, they are blinded by their ignorance. And this is the abyss. This is the world that we're living in. This shit is wild. That's what makes it the city of sin. This is a world of illusion where motherfuckers only look at who they should be. This is sin. That's why they worship idols. God essence, nature is not speaked about. That's why we live in a society where nobody talks about who they are. When you talk about you, it's we, and you when you don't talk about you, how do you value self-esteem? You don't value integrity. You don't value morals. You don't value ethic because you don't talk about you. So I want you, like when you see the story of Jesus, this is meant to wake you up to be aware of you as you walk in that path. This is what you will encounter, and if you truly understand that, that's why you say a lot of people are talking about the like being the black sheep of your family, which I am one of them. Then when you're talking about the story of Joseph, I understand that because I'm living it. See, the story of Joseph, it's not just a story as a story, but it's a story that actually took place and that is a guide for you to, like, for me, I refer to that story, I could see me. And I know everything's gonna be fine because that's what that story is telling me. Now I'm tapping on a whole different level. Let me chill for a second. Let me chill for a second. And if you don't know anything about me, you know, technically I was, listen, I wasn't raised with my real family. So these people, they sold me out for money. So my family take me out of my own inheritance because they didn't want me to know about who my real identity or who my real parents are. And now they just want to take me out. Come on, man. No, man. Listen, man. They threw me with the lions. You know what I'm saying? I came out. What was that nigga name? I can't recall his story. I can't recall. I remember the story. I don't remember his name. Then he came out with the. I told the lion. I was playing with the lion. They said, "What the fuck? Isn't that those lions? Well, you should come yourself to see. You should come to see. You know what I'm saying? And then the same thing, they oh baby, those stories or guidelines or actual. This is the words being made flesh. Understand, like, and you can't take it. Okay, when you dissociate anything, you dissociate from you have no connection with, so therefore that's all that is gonna be for you. Like, you guys use Jesus Christ like a drug. Like, you guys are jerking off on Christ, to be honest. because you're not using it for your I mean, you don't know how precious it is, truly, because you're not connected to it. If anything, I mean, I know, I mean, I respect it so much that I make it part of my life. I mean, how much respect do you even have for a God that's dying for you, or that killed his only son? You don't even value yourself. How do you value God? Because how would you know the value of God if you don't, if it's not part of your life? Tomatoes, tomatoes. At the end of the day, if you don't see God in you, you never see how great God is. Or if you don't see the connection between, however, political word that makes you feel better, and then you'll see somehow there is a bit of connection between you and God. So when you look the story of Jesus or God or whatever those story, you know what I'm saying, they're not meant to use as a way to say that you're gonna go to heaven tomorrow. This is act. This is live, and that's why this is for the living. When Jesus said it then, and that's what it still is today. And to say it, to see it the way He sees it, is to become Him. But see, if you understand your nature, you cannot be anything you don't see. That goes for everybody. That goes for everybody. And that isn't that what they tell you to dream bigger? If you see it in your dream, then you can. There you go. You cannot be or do anything you don't see. And if you gotta at least see it in your dream. You get it? Sometimes you may need to see it. Somebody else did it. Then you see somebody did it. And other times you got to see it in your dream. Now, when you see it in your dream, guess what happens? Then you may end up now. It may somehow bring you into seeing somebody else that did something else. And that has been life for all of us who are moving by faith, meaning with us, with your essence, and now life is guiding you. With your passion, you don't know where it's gonna take you. You're looking better at it. That's what you feel like doing. You're not looking at money. When you're looking at the Eddie Murphy who started doing the stand-ups, that the shit they wanted to do, and then you gotta have parents that's supporting that too. You know? That's why I mean it's not a fucking mistake too. Let me say this: these niggas became who the fuck they are. Omarion got the same story. Beyonce got the same story. Like shit. That's why for me it takes 42 years old for me to come out. You know what I'm saying? I understand that part. That's why I tell people too. You would have to become your own support, and that's why sometimes, and not just sometimes. That's why you got to be fuck your parents too. And automatically, mom and dad, if both of them are stupid, doesn't automatically put you on the greater. You know what I'm saying? Like even that guy who was saying that himself, Francis M. Ghana. You know, they tell, well, mom and dad was there. Then he said some shit after his dad passed away. But the same message was, nigga, this is what we do. That's what you're gonna do. And he had a mom and dad, niggas. So here's something else too. I mean, this is not part of the conversation tonight, but it's the part of it's part of the understanding of it too, though. I mean, in terms of, going beyond the veil, in terms of when you're talking about, not being blinded by your ignorance. Ironically, I'm going to be talking about that too, but I found myself emphasizing on you not to be blinded by your fucking ignorance. And that's why it's also important for you to understand the signs of ignorance too. That's why I can call it out. Me calling it out is understanding, let's just say, the consequences of you living your life based on who you should be. And that's the non science of ignorance, pretty much. Because ignorance simply means you don't know you acting on who you should not be. So you following you. Then you have a whole world that is being created that way. How the fuck do you think they're gonna receive, let's just say, a guy like Jesus? And that's why I'm also trying to tell you too. Then you're looking at guys like um, Martin Luther King. Then you're looking at Bob Marley. Then you're looking at, it's like anybody that came in just to have a good message, nigga. Like, yo, like, how can this be so harmful? Because you're around harmful motherfuckers. You are surrounded by fucking rapists, killers, motherfuckers who are insane because they don't know who they are. The minute you're not based on who you are, you're automatically insane. So at this point, it's a matter of what button to touch. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like, how crazy are you? You have the, then you have the crazy, crazy motherfuckers. Now, how crazy, like, what kind of craziness are you dealing with, pretty much? That's your daily encountering. That's you going to the bar. That's you going to your motherfucking supermarket. That's you dealing with all that shit. Nigga, I don't think you understand. So for you to understand the living corpse and how they are blinded by their ignorance, because what else? Like, you kill somebody for love, nigga. Why the nigga saying, yo, dog, we are equal, dog. Like, what the fuck? And that part of that world, you can relate to it at your job. Let me say this: the whole Cat Williams shit. Listen, how is that different from your actual job? When you go to Walmart, isn't there political bullshit? You know what I'm saying? Like, I worked in corporate. There's a bunch of political bullshit. The underlying code word is you go along to get along. So the shit that niggas are talking about Hollywood, I don't know why you're making a big deal of fucking Hollywood when it's the same shit that happens in your job. Do you have a job? If you got a job or if you got a corporate job, it's the same reality, nigga. That's that same reality in government, It's the same reality in the FBI, the CIA. You know what I'm saying? When niggas tell you it's who you know, it's not what you. I mean, what the fuck are we talking about here? Like, people are not being who they are, so you know what I'm saying? Being who they're not. So at your job, you being who you not to be in trouble. So you close your eyes on some bullshit shit. That's none of your business. You gotta pay your bill, dog. So a lot of us, we act for positions to maintain your position. You know what I'm saying? The fuckery, the insanity. But you pointing your hands on mother. Oh, Cat William. I mean, again, you see, that's why that shit got a lot of views. I got it. I mean, I've been getting it. I mean, I'm letting you know because that's a reflection of you. Monique blackballed. Well, nigga, guess what? Even look at your job system. They could fire you today, but not giving you a two weeks notice, nigga. Like, can we get 2 weeks notice? I could start, you know, at least it would give me a head start in looking for jobs. I mean, nigga, I work for you. Why is it one sided? Do you see what I'm saying? Because nobody's gonna ask you, well, how much of an asshole your job was. So the whole system is not even there for you. It's rocking you to bed. It's making you a victim already. You're already a victim. So again, this is not to rebel or to go fight against the system. This is for you to understand. It's for your educational. That's part of you maintaining. That's part of you becoming the Christ. When a nigga asks me, "Hey, should they pay their taxes?" Nigga, give them extra if you like. Hey, give them extra if you like. In fact, I advise you do, cause it might help you. Real shit. Isn't that why people are buying these motherfuckers? You know what I'm saying? You go along to get along. You know what I'm saying? It's not. That's why the Cat Williams shit to me, it's okay. I mean, what the fuck do you think I'm doing? Pretty much. But you don't relate to that though because you don't know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at the smaller part of the fucking issue here. Now, of course, every you're gonna get blackballed, man. What the fuck do you think? Your job do it to you because you don't want to get blackballed. That's why you choose a good reference. Is it not, motherfucker? But you don't see. You don't even see how you connected to that. Let alone how do you see how you connected to the world? Do you see why you in a weak position? Because you're not Jesus. Because you have not made the information part of you. You see, you don't see when Cat Williams is talking about what he's talking about. You're looking at Hollywood. Niggas who are sucking dicks. Don't you have dick suckers at your job? Don't they get promotions? How's that different, dog? Unless if you're obsessed by Hollywood. Oh, wait. So are you expecting them to be different to your job? Then you're not in touch with fucking reality. Then, you know? Or you expect Hollywood to be different than your job? I mean, I don't see how it's that different. So then, when you understand that, you see, you are also blinded by your own ignorance too. You know what I'm saying? You're doing a zombie dance out there. You zombifying it. You doing your thing. I'm not mad at you. See, you niggas are looking at the wrong thing. You're not looking at shit right. But that's because you not right. You know what I'm saying? That beholder, the target, the aim and the target. You're not aiming right, soldier. Then you don't see the target right. You don't see the right target. What are you doing? You're not looking at it right. Saying, come get your medicine, baby. So it's important for you to understand. That's why not just the science of ignorance, but when you're looking at a world, you know what I'm saying? That's the world you all living in. This shit is crazy. Yes, it is. You know what I'm saying? Like even the whole Haitian revolution. Niggas just want to be free, dog. I just don't want to be your slave. That's it, dog. It said Haiti had to pay millions and millions of dollars to France for years. And that is a country who talks about human right. One of the first one, what they call droit de l'homme. And who's while they talking all about that philosophy, nigga pay me. Now that's not even the crazy shit. Then you have Haitian niggas now who's like fuck Creole, I gotta speak French because they want to sound like French niggas, and that's those are the very niggas that is fucking them up. People are blinded by their whole fucking ignorance. This shit is crazy. And the point of me, because when Jesus was saying he's the Son of God, everything that he was saying, you know, the collective thinking doesn't resonate with it. And those are were the actual church people. And let's not put it on Jewish niggas neither. Ask yourself, okay, fuck Jewish, like what nation or what? Get the fuck out of here. But anyway, I mean, these niggas are not even part of this conversation. First and foremost, if you even including these motherfuckers in that conversation, you don't see the picture at all. You don't see the fucking picture at all. And me addressing this story, fuck the Jesus story. I could talk about the Buddha story. But I'll address this because I understand the gist of all those stories. The Buddha story has nothing to do, let's just say, with fucking Buddhist. It's way beyond that. Now, Buddhist, now you may adopt that way of thinking, I got it, but the overlying message and understanding doesn't limit, it's not limited. That's why this is your esoteric knowledge, is your true essence. And regardless of it's the Kabbalah, the Kybalion, whatever Hermetic knowledge you're talking about, is talking about the essence. Confucius, the Tao, the Yang and the Yin, nigga. If you're not looking at it from that perspective, you missing out. You don't see the big picture. Therefore, you wouldn't get it. You're not gonna get it anyway. Do you see what I'm saying? Whereas, and here's something else too. Even voodoo, man. You don't even know what it. I mean, when you only thing you look at is killing people. Whereas when you understand true, like voodoo though, they talking about energy. That's who you are. Way of thinking, way of living, way of life. Similar to the Rastafari movement. That's what we have in Haiti. We call it voodoo. Then we have the ritual. Now we don't smoke like these niggas do. The Rastafari, them niggas smoke. Nigga, I smoke with you. You know what I'm saying? The eye and eye. Nigga, I see you, nigga. Eye to eye. Y'all man talking about the eye and eye? Well, eye to eye. Eye and eye, nigga. That's voodoo for your ass. So, essentially, any type of esoteric wisdom, it's about life. It's about who you are, your essence. So, going back, and when you understand it that way, that's why now, for me, I can approach Buddhism in a whole different aspect. I understand it. I can approach the Tibetan monks. Oh, another one of them. Yo, big up to them motherfuckers too. You know what I'm saying? And they understand it. That's why a lot of the Buddhists, they use story as part of their wisdom. Well, that's what we do in our fucking nigga. Shit, we African nigga. We shit. You cannot tell more story than us. And if you know Haitian niggas too, nigga, it's always a story. Those who knows, nigga. And if you know any Haitian, nigga, this nigga's always gonna come up with a better story than you, nigga. So I'm saying that to say the whole mythology aspect, the whole traditional aspect of our wisdom being passed down from ear to lips. I mean, from lips to ear, all of that. Listen, there's a whole lot of intelligence in it. We understand how the mind works. These niggas were able to save the story from its original form as the story is passing down to other people. They understand how the mind works. We understand rhyme and reason, how saying some shit while you rhyming help you to retain it better. In other words, we understood the power of words, man. If you read the Egyptian Book of the Dead, it's all poetry. The I Ching. Come on. Nigga, these niggas got me in a whole other level too. Because only through that dimension can I show you something by not saying it, but saying it to unlock something else in you for you to get it. And when you get it now, it's not because man. When you get it, you get it. And but most importantly, it allows you to translate it your way. And that's when you truly get it too, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, even when I'm learning something or I feel like I just tap into something, I gotta be able to put it in my own world. That's why for me, I'm always gonna give it to you like a 2 fucking year old because I get it. You get it? I got it. You got it? I get it. So now going back to that story was to help you to acknowledge, like, how can you have a lot of people, and that's what we are going through it when you call what you call the black sheep of some of the people who lives in their family. Like, let's be honest, man. A lot of you, the people who are truly hurting you, is your own family. See, this is the conversation that we're not truly having. You know, because when we're talking about passing down that 700 years of slavery, who the fuck do you think passed it down to you? They inflicted that on you, man. So if you don't cut off your family, nigga, listen, man. And the occult tells you that too. For you to become a man, you have to kill your family. And it's not referring to anything. And by the way, because you know motherfuckers are crazy. This is a spiritual shit. We're not talking about physical killing. I mean, I don't know. It probably had to be said for a stupid motherfucker. I mean, who's killing shit? I got you, killer. It's not in that perspective. What this is referring to, and even when they give you the support, and this is where it's better though to get the support. But even when you get the support, you know, at the end of the day, it's your show, and the support that they gave you was just for that, man. That's my responsibility with my daughter and my son. It's just for that, though. You don't owe me anything. I did it for myself. I took on a responsibility to have you over here to guide you to your direction, my man. I got you. And to my daughter, I got you too. That's my job. Nigga, I did everything I wanted, and shit, I'm passing colors. And I suggest you don't follow my footstep, cause nigga, I'm looking good. That's a big shoe for you to fulfill. You know what I'm saying? But just know, just get your looks. Cause I'm your dad. You understand what I'm saying? Get your looks. Now use that looks. Daddy did it. You already know, son. You can do it too. Whichever way you choose to go. And daughter, same shit for you, man. Alright, you know what I'm saying? You'll get it in time. You know what I'm saying? That's how I know I always live in your mind. I love you. Oh, I'm working you out, girl. You too, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you guys a ass whooping. Live in front of everybody. I'm humiliating you guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm whooping your ass on stage through fucking projection. I fucking love you. Do you know my love for my kids hurt other people? Why do you think that is? And why would anybody be hurt by that? People in your family, dog. You know what I'm saying? Who do you think killed Jesus? You see, that story is a reflection of that. It's for you to learn. That's what you're dealing with on a regular basis. You guys want to talk about Cat Williams, the Hollywood. Now, this is what happening in Walmart, nigga. Is it not? Do you not learn how to keep your mouth shut? I mean, Monique is just on TV, so it just appears that way. Okay. Is your job being fair to you? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Because I could tell you right now, if you quit without giving them a notice, shit, good luck in using them again. And you know not to use them anyway. You know what I'm saying? There you go. You know what I'm saying? But these niggas could come in, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I work for this company, right? They 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 lay these people off on the same day. Like it was their payday. I don't fucking remember. That's when I know these motherfuckers are cold, bro. Legally cold. And here's the funny shit too. They know how mad you can also get. You know what I'm saying? They get security, and the security was the guy that you was talking to. Same nigga, you come, man. Yo, bro, what's going on, baby? It's good to see you, man. What's going on out here? You know, we're doing our work. That's the nigga gotta kick you out. Like, hey, man, I got family. You know what I'm saying? We all learn how to take, how to turn a blind eye to everything. And then now, when you listen to Cat Williams saying it, it's what, nigga? See, I get it. You can relate to it, but you just don't know why. That's your job, nigga. That's Walmart for you. You know what I'm saying? That's your mom and dad, bitch. Those are y'all. In Haiti, we say this: "C'est rat kai, qui tue kai." I can't recall exactly how they said it, but basically, what was saying is it's the house rat. You know what I'm saying? That does the damages into the house. You know what I'm saying? They eat what's in the house. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. They fuck shit up. Your house cat fuck shit up in your own house, nigga. So, you know what I'm saying? If you want to understand the science of ignorance, I mean, I'm trying to get you to be conscious of that. That's what you're surrounded by. When you go to your job, that's what you see. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, people are selling, not being who they are. The whole Puff Daddy shit. Well, there you go. I almost forgot about that. You know what I'm saying? Or, I mean, how is that surprising, dog? Or do you only look at Puff Daddy, you don't see it in your job? So this burden, those living corpse that you are surrounded by, what you call your society, this is you living in the fucking abyss. Why would that encourage you to speak about reality? I mean, Steve Harvey said it to Monique. Yeah, they said, "Yo, man, this is the money game." What the fuck does that mean? You know what I'm saying? This nigga told you, man, I don't give a fuck about you. It's the money game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna please you when I gotta feed my family. In other words, he said, "I will learn how to shut up. I go along to get along." How many of you is different from fucking Steve Harvey? Come on, dog. Are you gonna act like Kanye West? You gonna be like, yay? If you're gonna be like, yeah, at your job, do you have a job, dog? Yo, are you gonna be like, yeah, at your job? Let me know. It's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You have you working and you're and this is exactly what it is. You do the job, your manager takes the credit. Sorry to say, but that's the reality that you're getting. He's getting a bonus because he turned society, or he's making that whatever the manager is responsible for. You know what I'm saying? It's being prolific. It's listen. Who do you think gets the credit? And who has to work hard? Listen, oops, did I say something like? Is it strange? Whoa, wait. Do you have a job? Are you working? Where do you work? Why are you worried about Hollywood, man? The Hollywood issue, it's bigger than Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you got Oprah, right? Who talks about females, all that shit. Listen, I don't know how many of you, I don't know much about battle rap, right? But I do know about a little bit, I should say, a little bit about Remy Ma. Then, make a long story short, she created a female league, battle rap league, and pretty much she's paying them a little bit more because of what she does. She understands the background. That was what she wanted to. She wanted to, what I'm saying, somehow allow women to make as much money as men. Great fucking, like, how can I say that? Great aspiration. I'm inspired by you, girl. But anyway, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not making fun of it. Hey, so she tried to help him to get a little more money. So here we go with Oprah now. Has a bigger statue, a bigger, fence base. You would think, this is the black woman that doesn't just represent black woman now, because she represents women, which I get. Listen, I'm just trying to make sure that she gets her credit. The way I see it being portrayed, not through my eyes though, but in throughout the collective consciousness, how people look at her. She's the voice for women, the voice for the little ones. You know what I'm saying? For the no voices. If you don't have any voice, Oprah got you. Oprah is your talk. Oprah is the one who will speak for you. Listen, I couldn't be any. Listen, I do this for that reason. But we always got to question. You're going to have to question it, right? And that's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And my what I'm sharing with you in itself is that. That's why I don't want you to follow me. That's why there's no video of where you would see me asking you. I mean, have I? I don't know, probably one or two. But I got over 300 videos now, man. I mean, by majority, I will say, you will not see me saying, please subscribe to my fucking channel. And the reason why I'm not gonna say it, not because I would not want you to subscribe, but I know for me personally, the people I subscribe to, they never really asked me to. Some people said it too, but I didn't subscribe because they said it. Do you see what I'm saying? Like there was a motherfucker I was listening to last when was it? Saturday night. From the minute he fucking opened up his mouth, a white boy too. I'm like, oh no, no, motherfucker, bam. Who the fuck is this motherfucker? And I mean, he wasn't talking about spirituality and none of that, but he was talking about boxing, right? Because I am a boxing fan, all right, just so you guys know. And then, but the one thing he said that got it for me was he looked at his prediction was not even because of what they did on camera. He's looking at the game from a different perspective. He understands, and that's a man of depth. He understands hard work is not the results. It's who you become. I don't think you understand. But anyway, going back to my conversation now. All of that is simply being said because we are surrounded by living corpse. So when you see those movies showing you the zombies, those of us who have awakened, that's what you are surrounded by. The story of, let's just say, Joseph, I am that story. I went through it. Then you understand, everybody can relate to the story, and that's the purpose. It's to make you relate to it. What does that truly mean? It means only when you relate to anything can you become better at it. If Jesus, let's just say, is your hero, like if you're a Muhammad Ali fan, is your hero, your life would change. I know a lot of niggas who love Tupac, right? And their life is based out of that because that is their idol, because of what he represents. They brought that into their lives. And that's the only way for you to change your life. And that's the only way for Jesus to matter. You cannot bring Jesus into your life if it's not part of your life. And if it's part of your life, then it's not a Sunday thing. It's a living experience thing. And that's your purpose. That's the difference between the living corpse and the livings, the one who are alive, the one that I'm talking to now, the one this message is intended for you. Now, granted, if you're a living corpse, and if you somehow listen to this, you're being healed. Well, that's what I'm doing too. But the ones that I'm talking about, they have the desire. They're seeking who they are. And that's another difference too. The living corpse, the ones who are blinded by their ignorance, they are truly blinded by it. They're not seeking. They are comfortable in that ignorance. They don't seek. Like the difference between us is that I was blinded by it, but I wasn't comfortable by it. Let me say that again. I was blinded by it, but I wasn't comfortable by it. Now, this message is for the ones who were blinded by ignorance, but who are not comfortable by it. Meaning, you heard it, you see it, you still question it because deep inside of you, you know there's something greater. This is for you. Well, that was my guidance. That unknown, that was, you could call it also when you connect with it too. I call it my higher self. And I learned to connect with that. And that's the part eventually, as you're going through the journey, you start to listen. You are answering the call by tapping into your higher self. By you having that greater or acknowledging that choice. Because they had the choice too. They chose to be comfortable. Oh yeah, they know. They chose to be comfortable. Trust me. At first, I thought, nah. They know. They know. They know so much. They know the difference between you and them. They know so much. They're like, what the fuck is he doing? Oh, he thinks he's better than me. Let me show him that's not going to happen. They know so much, they would do anything to block you from being you. Because you being you now, it's making them weak because they were comfortable enough to go with the flow. And that's what you're dealing with. Predominantly in your family. So what you guys are seeing now, a lot of us who are coming out, talking about your abusive parents. That's how you set your own generation free. That's how you create a new, set of reality even for your seeds to come. You have to call these motherfuckers out on their bullshit. And not necessarily to call them out, but it's because listen, how can you be immune to fucking abuse, man? If you're immune to abuse, you are subject to be abusive. Do you understand that? If you allow abusive shit to happen in your life, you're going to reproduce that. And besides, you're not healed. Because to be healing is to take yourself out of it. That's why those of us who are no longer toxic, we could talk about toxicity. Not intentionally to call people out, but it's because we know the truth. We know what it's like, and we know what it takes to change. It takes you. So as I changed myself, I became conscious of myself, then I'm going to tell you to change you. And because you're not comfortable in changing you, because that's why people are afraid of change. It's not changes that people are afraid of. It's their comfortability. Because you got to change you. That's why these niggas killed Jesus, man. But it goes beyond just killing Jesus, and it goes beyond Jewish, whatever the fuck y'all niggas want to call black people Jewish. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. If you become illuminated, if you not, let me say it this way. If you have not become illuminated, you could claim to be Jewish, you could claim to be pro-black, true black, black power, black whatever the fuck. It doesn't mean nothing if you're not truly aware of who you are. And if you're going to talk about your melanin, well, then we shouldn't have a disagreement then. Because if you truly talking about your melanin, then you should go beyond this bullshit. Because that's where I'm standing with it. Because if you tapping into it, it's to tap into your godhood. Well, nigga, that is your godhood. Who the fuck is your enemy? A lot of these niggas, man, they still looking to be validated. How can you be free too, free mentally, if you're seeking to be validated? You have the same disease that, you know what I'm saying, the collective has. You just have it in a different form or on a higher level. You know, I mean, shit, your disease, you got the real disease. Nigga, you got the real disease. These niggas, have a, you got the real shit. So you're the one who truly need remedy, nigga. To be honest, at least the others they following the trend, but you doing this consciously. You should be put on blast. The others they just following the crowds, but you doing this consciously. I never understand for me, for my life of me. Or maybe that could be the Haitian in me too. You know what I'm saying? There's no way I would fight to have equal drinking with a nigga that don't want to drink in the same order with me. But my side of where I'm allowed to drink, shit, I'll make sure this shit is clean, nigga. What's up? This is where we're drinking. I gotta honor where I drink. But y'all you don't honor where you drink. You don't honor your own society. You don't even honor yourself. So it makes sense. Hey nigga, listen man, this is just the straight nigga shit. And Nori says it best, and that's where I picked that shit from too. Because when Nori said that, I'm like, nigga, that was the realest nigga shit I ever heard. Because Nori speak that nigga shit. Nigga, listen, man. How can I fuck with somebody that don't fuck with me, man? This is not racism, dog. Like, that's just you in the hood. That's just me having a black friend, nigga. You don't fuck with me, I don't. This is me trying to fuck with a bitch. Bitch said, you know what, nigga, I don't want your dick. Do you see what I'm saying? Or not? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's where like I create my own world, man. I refuse to acknowledge the bullshit. Not refuting the bullshit. No, okay. Let me say it. I refuse to be part of the bullshit. Not that I don't acknowledge it. I don't. In fact, me refusing to be part of it because I see it for what it is. I hope that makes sense. If anybody was asking. I'm not. Yeah, listen. I'll try to make sure everybody get theirs. If anybody's, that's what you're asking. Yeah, there you go. Again, I'm here to do my father's job. You see what I'm saying? You gotta become Jesus. You have to adapt the godhood or the Godhead mentality. If not, what are you doing it for? If not, well, it becomes not. I shouldn't say why are you doing it for. It becomes that Sunday church shit. And then Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday. Oh, I'll skip Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's what it became. That song. You going through like that. Saturday, and then you go back. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You know what I'm saying? You on the same rhythm, living corpse. Blinded by your own ignorance. But here's what a lot of people don't understand, and some people refer to this world as hell. No, it is not hell. It is not that. I mean, you can't define this world because of people's ignorance. And that's why us true masters, we understood. That's why earth was never hell for us, or earth was never really a bondage or a prison as other people would call it, because now they're looking at this, what's taking place. People are not in connection with themselves. Yes, people are killing themselves. Families are killing other family for fucking inheritance, which is, hello, my story. Or they try to kill me. I mean, it obviously didn't work, but this is what you're dealing with. Then you have Selena, her aunt was successfully, you know, able to kill her. So you're living in a world that is full of envious, jealousy, and name it, man. If you really want to talk about the seven sins, people are eating for no reason. You know what I'm saying? People are emotional eaters. I mean, that's what you got. Because you're not being yourself. And you are not trained to be yourself. You don't get no reward in being yourself. Even when you were punished as a child. I remember for me, it was fucking abuse. Like, I'm looking at my son now. Like, every healthy man that I know as a kid, you jump around the house, you dance, that's what men does. Because I see it in my daughter and my son. My daughter, oh my God, she would sit down, come sit to daddy, giving me love and all that. My son, this nigga, even she told me, she was like, Dad, he's the monkey of the house. Well, that's what kids do. Well, mostly masculine kids. Am I saying something wrong? So now you gotta not allow the kid to be a kid. He gotta behave. Whenever they tell you to be a good kid, it's something you gotta act like. It's always something you gotta do. That was part of your training to know to be good. That's what you gotta do. Oh, this is them talking straight to your subconscious mind, inflicting that in you. Even your parents, and let's face it, what you call the old the 70s, the 60s, what were niggas were really doing? Hey, let's not make the family look bad. Let's not do this. Let's act this. Like, what the fuck? Like, am I saying something strange here? Then you have guys now who are fighting their sons. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was watching this cartoon with my daughter. What was that guy name? I can't recall the cartoon name. But essentially, this nigga loved the guitar. He go to sleep, have the guitar under his pillow. And his dad no, that's not what we do in our family. This is, he was actually a matador. What was the name of that? It was it's Toto? I can't recall the name of it. I feel like I'm getting close though, but I can't recall the name of it. But anyway, making a long story short, like, how can you be such a fucking asshole, bro? It's like, as a parents now, you killing the life out of your own kid. That's suicide. That's abusive. That's abuse. Well, because I am a spiritual police. I am an undercover. Hey, listen, man, I'm a field agent for what the fuck I do. I mean, that's why I was able. I figured out my own fucking crime, nigga. My own fucking, I mean, shit, whatever the fuck you wanna call it. I'm saying that to say, nigga. I know what I'm talking about. But anyway, doesn't matter. You know, um, ultimately, that's what we're facing. The reality that is around us is, we're living with I mean, we're surrounded by living corpse. You see it on your daily news. I saw a girl like killing his boyfriend. I mean, those are the crazy people that you're living with. And that's why if you're gonna get in touch with somebody, let's just say, who was with somebody before, and then who has not healed, and then of course, you know what I'm saying. I mean, that's what you're living with. Pedophiles, killers, like those are all potential because they don't know who they are. I'm sorry to give you some bad news. I mean, but if you're looking to buckle up, if you're looking as part of your consciousness, if you're looking to know how to behave correctly, because us as light workers, you have to learn how to behave. I mean, behave not the way this society creates us. Not we tell the truth, not to create a chaos. I mean, it comes with it regardless, but we do it in the most possible beautiful way, like Jesus does. You see that? You know what I'm saying? We do it the most beautiful way for those beautiful people, and sometimes it comes with consequences. Hey, this is the world that you're living in. But the more conscious you become of them too, the better it is for you. Because trust me, I could dance with any one of these evils. You know what I'm saying? You choose, nigga. I could see you before you even came. So that gave me, because I understand the science of ignorance, nigga, I could be a better ignorant than you without insulting you, but because I can relate to it, I know how to bring the light into your ignorance. So when you bring that girl to me and you told me you're gonna fucking stone her, what should I tell you? Then I'll give you the light that you need, and then you stone her if you like. That's what we do here. Oh, listen, man. Hey, you gotta know how to move. Listen, man. This is the belly of the beast, ladies and gentlemen. You're living in it. And if you don't think you are, I mean, you have all the fucking clues around you. But you may be blinded by your ignorance, but that's okay. That's part of your journey. All of us have. That's what we need to wake up to. And that is my job. That is. Listen, listen. That is my honor. That is rewarding for me. That is like I don't see any bigger job than that. I don't see it. And that's what makes me own my bullshit, and I love my shit because I don't see it. But most importantly, too, I also get to realize how important this is, and that's why we came here, create this body of art for you guys to have. You know, this oeuvre, as I like to call it. And I understand it because my ancestors did it, and now I'm the one doing it. And of course, I'm doing it with them because, I mean, again, as a spiritual healer, what the fuck else can I refer back to? Now, the way it's being delivered, it's me, but it's them. It's them. It's them. And I'm not gonna say this explicitly, but I just wanted to say this out in the open. A couple days ago, I tapped into, certain things that I was doing for my ancestors that I didn't quite understand the effect of that. And oh my God, love these niggas. I said all of that to say, honor your fucking ancestors. You do that every day in due time. Listen, nothing goes, nothing is for free in this world. There's always an action to every, there's always a reaction to every action. And don't think just because you don't see it, because I didn't see it. And then these motherfuckers, really me tapping into it, it's me waking up to it. But also I could say they smacked me with it too. Because I could embody it in different angles. I have the part of me that awakened to it, and then I also see them like, what took you so long? All this time, what do you think? Do you see what I'm saying? But let me say this too, most importantly, and this is, now that's going to be a gem. This is going to be for the great listeners. That's why you must also always listen to your higher self. Because ultimately you want to make that connection. And the minute you do, oh, listen, I mean, all you got to do now is let the mystery unfold itself. And again, your essence already is, I mean, it's mysterious. Because to talk about men, it's like, what do you mean? I mean, there's so much to it. And that's not men back then and men now. I mean, it's still the essence of men. Regardless of what we're able to do now that we didn't do then, and you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, I mean, that's what we do as occultists, is delve into, and that's why we understand too. That's why I know, regardless of how many Wi-Fi you got today or how many phones that you got versus the technology that the Egyptians were doing years ago, it's not the same. The technology, it's on a higher frequency. Yo, I was watching this documentary, and I shit you not. This Egyptian, and I can't tell you too much, but I'll tell you this much. As I'm watching the documentary, there was an angle in some, I'm not gonna say the name too, in that building they were showing in fucking Egypt, and I automatically, like, it was just crazy. I was automatically in tune with it, and it's almost like, I'm saying that to say, you know, the whole feng shui in how these niggas conducted or built their fucking building, it was out of that consciousness. So these niggas' level of consciousness, they truly materialize, and that's why when you go, you see a statue in fucking Egypt, you could feel certain presence. Oh, I know. I understand it. It's always the statue's always gonna speak to you. Always gonna speak volume, regardless. Let's just say, even throughout the years. And what you're truly looking at too is the invisible within the visible. You also see, and these niggas were able to transmute. To conclude, my fellow Americans and other people in the world, we are surrounded by living corpse, zombies that are blinded by their ignorance. And when people are ignorant, that's why people kill people for money. They don't understand truly how money works. Nigga, they print money. Did you hear that? Let me say it again. They print money. Money's printed. The value we put into it. I was listening to, what was that nigga name? I love that nigga too, man. The Cali nigga. Oh, I can't recall the nigga name. What the fuck? That's my dog. Like, it's right here, but it's not coming out. But anyway, he said he was talking about everything you have in life. It's you technically rented that shit, and it wasn't anything new to me. If anything, I was shocked he said it. Mike Epps. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, you can't take it with you. And when you use your money, shit, I've been telling niggas here. Like I tell you guys, and you guys don't get it. If it wasn't for poor people, rich people would have to eat their money. That's why when you don't understand, we are society. We make everybody's important. Now, I certainly understand. I mean, what you do may have a greater impact on other people. I get it. But that doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like I was telling you, a president, or if you're a doctor, I mean, I mean, what kind of food is the president going to eat? And who's going to have to cook it? It's going to have to be the best chef, or what the president think is the best chef. Well, that's a motherfucker who's not a president. Who's a president is his own fucking world. We all need each other. Not want. We all need fucking each other. When you don't understand that, like, I'm grateful for fucking Michael Jackson music. These people, they contributed to our society. What are we talking about? That's why you have to follow your. I'm grateful for Michael Jordan. He contributed to basketball, man. Mike Tyson inspired Francis. And got, like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Following your talent, man. You don't know this nigga, like this Jamaican nigga. I don't run. I mean, but shit, he's doing his thing, doing things that people didn't think was possible. I'm inspired by that nigga too. Looking at, listening to that nigga's story. I'm inspired by all of these motherfuckers. But I'm saying that to say, listen, man, like, your talent matters. Somebody's music, even like when you that's why you need to give your best to the community. So even through this here, I'm giving you my best. You know what I'm saying? Maybe through my humor, I don't know what the fuck, but at least in terms of the fucking connection, or how down to earth I am with it, or maybe the way I'm presenting it to you. All I know is I'm always gonna give you the best, and the best way to describe it, not because I mean shit, but because it's me. And we need all of that, and they all contribute. Like we needed a fucking nigga like motherfucking Tupac. You need all these motherfuckers because they're all shaping, they're all giving, and that's the whole thing of having a society. To serve your community, I meant to say a community is different. Society and a community is different. When you approach it from a community perspective, you're not approaching it from a society or societal perspective where people are trying to segregate, this class, that class. From a community perspective, we don't say there's no different classes. What we're saying is we're looking at the bigger picture. You need rich people, you need poor people, and you need in between people. You need everybody. That's just the way it is. That's what, when you're approaching it that way, what I'm saying, the butcher, you're not going to look down on a fucking waiter. Meanwhile, you're looking down on the waiter, you go out, who's going to serve you? Who's going to help you to have that experience that you'd like to have? The waiter never came out. You're waiting. The place looked great, but the waiter is not there. Or you hungry. You don't know where your food is coming out, but the place is great. Oh my God. And you're looking down on your waiter. We all fucking need each other. So to look at it from a community perspective, and of course, like it doesn't say, let's just say if I was a Michael Jordan or if I was whatever the fuck I was, that doesn't mean that I don't know what I bring to the table, but it means yes, regardless of how great it is, but I also acknowledge that I need a butcher. That's what it does for you when you look at shit from a community perspective or community perspective. It doesn't mean you don't know your value. No, it means yes, I know my value, but despite of my value, I also know that's what truly humble is. That doesn't mean I devalue myself. No, I know what I do, but I also know, in addition to what I do, I also need you, my brother. Meaning, if I'm a lawyer, I know I'm a lawyer. Hey, my paralegal, I also need you. I know I'm gonna be the one speaking the law in whatever the fuck. But hey, I needed somebody to type that. I wanted somebody to go to the office, and because all of that, as she or he's doing that for you, or it's got to get whatever the fuck it is. Again, needed. And the better you acknowledge that, then you have a better hood. You have a better crew. And when you do that too, guess what? What else comes with it too? You would acknowledge that fucking paralegal. Then you getting money. Everybody's getting money. It doesn't mean they gotta get what you're getting, but yo, I'm gonna make sure as I'm getting money myself, and I'll acknowledge what you do, nigga. I'm gonna pay you a little. I mean, it's. Come on. That's why for me, anybody around me, you already blessed. You hear me? Come work for me. Saying you give me your best, I promise I'll give you my best. You know what I'm saying? And listen, man, and you need it. Respect it. Come work for me. I'll let you know. In due time. Okay? In due time. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a few things that we're gonna need people like for all of us to work together. And then when we're all gonna work together, nigga, I'm gonna make you best believe I'm gonna make my money, but I'm gonna make sure though, like you're gonna get some money too, nigga. We all gonna get money. We all can eat. I'm gonna make sure we all eat. You know what I'm saying? I eat, nigga, you eating real deliciously. Same thing, man. You know what I'm saying? This ain't gonna be no corporation bullshit. As the corporate do it, that's what they do. Hey, listen, man, pay your taxes. Including these niggas. Allow them to be them. But now on this side though, we're gonna do all that shit. We're all getting paid. We're all getting money. You know what I'm saying? We Zoes, nigga. Everybody's getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, I'm showing up with 1,000 motherfuckers. These are all my crew, nigga. I'm saying what, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a few people they didn't know I rolled deep. Because we roll deep over here. These niggas didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? They saw me walking by myself. They thought I was by myself. Nigga, I roll deep, niggas. You know what I'm saying? With 1 trillion of motherfucking angels behind me. You know what I'm saying? Just like you see how in that Malcolm X movie, here go another nigga. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you see if you see the movie when the nigga go like this, that's what I do, nigga. You know what I'm saying? How old with the crew? I'm like this. You know what I'm saying? And listen too though. You know what I'm saying? And I had to infiltrate myself because I live with criminals. You know what I'm saying? So I had to study them. They were studying me too, but they just didn't see the full picture. You know what I'm saying? So they have half information. Meanwhile, I had the full information on them. So that's why they're not even a match for me. You know what I'm saying? But they can't see it though. You know what I'm saying? And also blinded by their ignorance. Anyway, this is just to say, I'm saying all of that to say, the Bible story, when you're able to put it into your life, it's not, or any type of esoteric wisdom, the goal of spirituality is not for you to escape this reality as if there's gonna be a better one. I mean, if there is to be a better one, it starts here. And I know for me there is a better one because I'm already living that better one. That doesn't mean I don't see anything taking place. I see all of it, but I'm able to transcend it. Why? Because I know my true essence. That's why for me I could say, "Oh death, where is your victory?" Because I know I am spirit, and I talked. And here's something else too. I have mediumship abilities, meaning I talk to people on that other side. So meaning to me, I already know because of that, my consciousness already of this reality is not limited. Meaning I don't see life from dick and pussy, but most importantly, I'm able to see beyond this veil. And that's what you are called to do. Not just, that's what Jesus would tell you, anybody else could do it. Well, motherfucker, so is the Buddha. Anybody else could do it. All you gotta do is all you gotta do. Tap into you. So that's why, like I was telling, like I said earlier, even when if you're gonna bring up Jesus and you're already talking about Jewish and all that shit, you already missed the point. It's like you fell before you even started, because none of that shit is gonna transform you to a better version of you. It's all, I guess, intellectual masturbation. You articulating you coming with references and good. And then at the end of the day, you had a great intellectual conversation, which is good. It's good. I mean, when you jerk off, it's good too. But that's all it was. But what I'm saying here though, it's transformative. It's adding on something you didn't have before. And that you didn't have before, articulating is not gonna give it to you. Not articulating, not gonna give it to you neither. But what really is gonna give it to you is that consciousness of it. And when you have that consciousness of it, trust me, you would have the ability, like for me, for instance, you know what I'm saying? I don't worry about trying to sound smart. Being smart already, I'll fuck your mind up, nigga. Being smart already, it's you know what I'm saying, and that's the difference. And I could show it to you when you just sound smart. I could show you what really smart is, and I'll show you just sounding that. You deceiving yourself. You blinded by your own fucking ignorance. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What's the point? You never see niggas who are talking about such and such wrote this book and they said this about this book and this is not which is this is all good. I'm not. Listen, I get it because I know it myself too, but I understand this is not what will indicate. You know what I'm saying? Besides, when anybody said this is a good book, you only saying to you. I mean, you learn a lot from it. That's what you're truly saying. Because I could tell you right now, and I know I've done it. I've gave what I think, in my opinion, is great books to other people, and they didn't get it. And I've also experienced people that said this book was bullshit, man. And then I went and read it for myself. I'm like, sure, what? So, what are we talking about? What are we truly talking about? So, when you go into articulate, but you don't really know what you're articulating about, it just sound good. You know what I'm saying? And that's where, you know, some people don't let, yo, you can never compare where you can't compete. Or you can never compete where you didn't even compare. Mm-hmm. How do you try to compete with somebody that you don't even compare to? How? And this is the nature of the life or the matrix that you're living in. And that all derives from people not seeking who they are. And because they're not seeking who they are, they're looking to please other people. And the best way for you to grow, and anybody who have ever made any growth, that's why you call them star, right? But you don't know what it takes for them to become those stars, man. You know, the aspect of themselves they have to use, and your host or radio star, radio whatever the fuck, you know, this is him implying himself. Might be a goal that the motherfucker always had to hold on to a microphone and trying to see what it sounds like. I'm the DJ, whatever the fuck, and I'm here for you tonight, and whatever the fuck. That alone, you know, you don't know the background of what the nigga had, you know, had to do, or maybe how many times he had to rehearsal that shit. Do you see what I'm saying? And then now, you know what I'm saying, the DJ, whatever the fuck. right? It's like a nigga see me now, like nigga, I put in a lot of pain. You probably didn't know because I wasn't doing it to impress on fucking nobody. But you think I just step over here like I just make a wrong turn? Nah, motherfucker. I've been studying the game for a minute, and I step into it the way I step into it. You know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We never try to be like anybody, man. That's why even when we talk about this, the whole agenda here is to make spirituality part of your life. Because if it's not part of your life, it's not going to transform you. It's not going to mean anything to you. It's going to be just a Sunday thing. And anybody, you think for Jesus it was a Sunday shit? See, that's what I'm saying. You're not even, the people you studying, you don't even know them. You don't even understand Jesus, God damn it. Obviously. But the understanding you have of him, though, like, that should, I mean, well, if you truly, I mean, that's a nigga that was living for God. He's a man of God. I mean, you can't follow Jesus by going to church on Sunday, nigga. Or if you choose to go to church on Sunday, that's fine. I mean, that's good. I'm not here, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Your reality got to go beyond that Sunday, though. I know that for a fact. However the fuck you choose to do it. So again, it has to be what? Part of your life. And if you know your nature, anything, I mean, that you don't see as part of you, you're not going to become. You're not going to replicate that. And as part of our nature, we replicate what we see. That's why your kids, you know what I'm saying, a young man all wanted to do like, hey, I did it as a kid. I see my kids doing it. My son, this nigga saw me the first time doing like handstand and shit. And I had to go ahead and like, yo, what the fuck? There's a lot of practice here. You know what I'm saying? You could fucking break your neck because you saw me do it. This nigga just want to do it. And no, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Slow down. But that's what kids do. But not just because they're kids, but what kids is also showing you, so you understand. Kids is showing you your true nature. That's what we do in life. That's why we always tell you, you live your life based on what you identify with. That's why you'll see a kid, when you go through your motherfucking teenage bullshit. I know for me, there was a time I was like, it was Zouk. Being Haitian, we listen to compa, it was Zouk. And then another time it was compa. And then another time it was just hip hop. And hardcore hip hop too. And then another time it was reggae. Nigga, I was just on that reggae vibe. You know what I'm saying? And then now, shit, I'm on all the vibes. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that to say, as I was going through it, that world, as part of our nature, listen, you gotta be in it to project it. And again, as a man too, as I'm starting to learn about other books, then there are certain men and other characters that not necessarily I wanted to be like, but I found myself related to a lot. And because of that, I mean, that's what you have your things, and then everybody has what they're, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, it's funny. For me, it was Batman. My son is Spider Man. Say you have Batman and Spider Man. You know what I'm saying? So you know what this niggas be doing is this shit. Shit, I already know how to maneuver. So with this nigga, Ethan, just so you know, man, that is letting you know that, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to have this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Where Batman and Spider Man gonna have to come together, baby. You know what I'm saying? And you know, but anyway, I'm saying all that to say, man. First, for us to understand the people are perishing due to their ignorance. Well, this is what we're living. This is the world that you're living in. And out of ignorance, meaning people not following who they are, then your job that you go to, you people pleaser. We do it for position, and that's all of us, motherfucker. You do it for positions, or to maintain your position. Oh, you got kids in college, just like you know what I'm saying. Steve Harvey was saying again. I'm not trying to call this motherfucker out, but I'm trying to let you know what he also mean too, because he understand like this is the world that he's living in. So that's why this motherfucker is not to be trusted, and none of these motherfuckers who don't know who they are is to be trusted because they're not following who they are. You can never trust somebody who's not who they are. Like it's like Steve Harvey telling her, "Listen, man, I'm playing the money game. I don't know what you're talking about." This nigga's talking about honesty and shit, and that's what. And Monique was trying to tell her. I mean, trying to tell him, it's honesty should come first. Shit, nigga, please. Where does your honesty take you? Now, don't get it fucked up. I mean, I embody that. Like I am Cat William, nigga. But what I'm trying to tell you is when you don't the I don't want to say the issue, but the level of their understanding stays there. Do you see what I'm saying? Like for me, if I was Monique with the level of understanding that I have, come on, man, fuck all these niggas, man. Why would not do the things that I love? Why don't you keep doing the things that you love? And if you do, these niggas will not be relevant. But we want to speak the truth and still be associated with them. When that doesn't work, it's not gonna work. Because these niggas are not about the truth, man. Then you want them to embrace the truth and then now fuck with you? No, that's not the way it works. That's like you going to Walmart, you know what I'm saying, thinking you're gonna change fucking Walmart. Nah, nigga. It's either you quit the job, you do your own shit, or you go work for somewhere else that share the same values as you. God damn it! I guess I'm sending a message to you, nigga. Hey, I don't want no smoke. I'm just doing my father's job, my dad's job, nigga. Fuck them niggas, man. Like shit. Fuck them. Listen, that's what comes with the truth. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing. You not gonna come to bring the truth in where the truth is not. It's not fit for the truth. What the fuck do you think is gonna happen? Of course they're gonna blackball you, man. Because the truth is not what we do here. What the fuck is wrong with you? You think this was the truth? You wanted the truth, nigga? Like, become like me. Become like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. Like, shit. You have niggas that have books on helping people how to be truthful. There's a whole business in that, too. Shit. This nigga you already have a presence, bitch. So therefore, shit, you can speak to anybody. You know what I'm saying? In your comedy now, you talk about black people. Well, there you go. You in the wrong business. You can't, you know what I'm saying, turn these people's business to your business. If that's what your calling is, if that's what you feel, and by the way, I love it though. Obviously, that's what I'm doing. But what you're saying though, like, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You look at the big picture. And that's why you gotta let the dead bury the deads. You're not gonna go to corporate America and what were you gonna say? Tell these niggas, you know what I'm saying? We want to build the truth in there. What you gonna tell your manager? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know you're gonna take all the credit, and then what? Niggas gonna say thank you, man. Work hard. You know what I'm saying? This niggas probably give you food. But the true bonuses, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the quarter or at the end of the year, that's just how it goes, bro. It's not just Hollywood, nigga. I mean, again, y'all looking at the wrong shit. You falling short, like, and the closer you go, I mean, you missing it. Then now niggas are talking Puff Daddy's next. Who gives a fuck? Well, what is that really gonna do for you? Is that Puff Daddy next gonna make? Let's just say if you walk out Walmart, your boss next, the motherfuckers fucking you up, or the bitch that told on you, or you have to told, or you who told on somebody else, vice versa. Or maybe you saw. I mean, shit. Go be a Kanye in Walmart, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And listen, and Kanye told you the shit too, nigga. If they could do me that to me, shit. You best believe it's already happening to you. Listen, it's already happening to you. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us, man, we got a whole bunch of fucks in our asses, and that's the society that you're already living in. The work that you work for, the company that you work for, my friend, they are legally, listen, sticking it to you. You know what I'm saying? The same job that you gotta wait, you gotta give them 2 weeks notice. When these niggas gotta fuck you up, they won't even give you a day notice. I mean, I gotta pay my bills. That's why I'm here. At least can I get a head start? And when you start looking for shit, sometimes that's not where you'll get it. But you automatically with these niggas, and then the minute you say, okay, I mean, let's just say, I wanted to give my job 2 weeks notice, right? But, and then I found this job that says, hey, I gotta go ahead in a week. What are you gonna say? You gonna tell your job, I mean, whoever, like, niggas, listen, man. But what I wanted to make sure though that we understand, and people to understand, Earth is not hell. Because I'm talking about the abyss, because I'm talking about all this shit that are taking place around us. Yes, that is true, but it's not because of this place itself. But the reason why these things are happening is because we are blinded by ignorance. Out of ignorance, the whole society is built out of fucking ignorance. Then you have ignorance now. I mean, then in the middle of that, you have those of us who are now fighting for who we are. Then you have a constitution now who's trying to talk about who you are, you know what I'm saying? And then you have the law that's fucking you up on a whole different level. It's like the laws of America, if it's like, because I know, like, for me, the way I got involved, I mean, I know a little bit about it, it's through, like, through child support. Then when I, even child support in itself, I'm like, shit. It's like if you're not aware of what's going on even in child support itself, and it's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? It's like the way, and that's what people are telling you. That's why I understand what people are saying. The child support system is like, yo, if you're a dad, nigga, fuck you. I mean, but the only way to dealing with the system, it's money. Nothing else. It's just money, man. And yo, I live in Georgia. Georgia's all money. I had a ticket because I remember, back then at some point I used to live in PA, And I used to come down to South Florida. I used to drive, sometimes, and sometimes, that one time I had a fucking ticket. I paid the ticket, like that was in 2015, right? I paid the ticket. I mean, I knew I was, I was trying to nigga. I was shit. But anyway, I paid the ticket. What I didn't know was I had to pay the state too. Like what? You know what I'm saying? And but Georgia's considered to be one of those, I don't know, like not common law, but some of those states, that maintain some of the original shit. I mean, I can't recall how the proper way of saying it, but a lot of those original shit, nigga, the law, you were legally a slave. Can I tell you anything else? I shouldn't have to tell you anything else. But I get it. Hey. Hey, pay your taxes, nigga. Just pay your taxes, man. You good. It's nothing else. Nothing else, man. And vote. Go vote, dog. But just in case, if you do vote or you don't vote, make sure one thing for sure though, you're gonna pay your taxes. Oh man, I'm saying that to say, guys, and again, this is not get the bigger picture here. You are surrounded by fucking ignorance. So just like I was talking about Steve Harvey, it ain't a Steve Harvey shit. You donate does niggas like Steve Harvey that says we're playing the money game. That's the nigga at corporate. That's the nigga at Walmart that is a manager. Yo, nigga, man, I got my son. My son got to go to college and all that shit. Those are your tellers that are working for a bank that has millions and millions of dollars that hold your money. When you get a loan, they charge you millions of dollars, like 26, 10%, and they use your money, they give you 1 cent. Am I making this up? Then you want to talk about Monique, you want to talk about a Hollywood. Nigga, is it all good? Ain't gonna talk about Tyler Perry and all that shit, nigga. You missing the bigger picture. And the only reason why, and just so you know, you do it subconsciously, that even that Cat Williams video had all that thing. Cat Williams said, nah, Cat Williams talking to you about your life, nigga. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why you gravitated to it, because here I'm speaking about spirituality, which is your life too. Shit. I'm lucky to get 2 views. But it don't matter. I'm not doing it for the views, nigga. In due time, that is already taken care of. Because the great whoever's supposed to listen to it, I know you're gonna hear it. So it's for you. It's never been a number game. If you ever get it fucked up, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And even when he gets the numbers, it's never been a numbers game. Do you get it? So that's why either it gets the number or it doesn't get the numbers. And when it gets the numbers too, it's not even about the number. Anyway, oh shit, two over almost 3 hours. But anyway, shit, nigga, I'm with some shit. But anyway, but we gotta close this out. What we're saying here truly is the story of Jesus is for you to apply it in your life, for you to acknowledge these things. Like even Judah, is gonna be a member of your tribe. That's what you're dealing with. And especially depending on where you are on your journey, all of us, I know for me, I went through major betrayal, bro. Like betrayal that you would not even imagine. Betrayal to a point where I'm 42 years old and a lot of things I thought my life was not even that. Even who I thought was my dad was not even my dad. I don't even know my fucking family, bro. That's 42 years. If that's not abuse, like that's abuse to the max. So the family I was raised with already is fucking me up already there. You know what I'm saying? Like keep in mind how they say if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you're going. Even by you, let's just say when you know your family, whatever the fuck, it depending on where your family is, but regardless of what that is, it's always gonna make you stronger. If you came from a poor family, then you know that's what you gotta do. If you came from a rich family, then also you could be inspired too. You don't have to be a motherfucker, like a brat or anything like that. But it can also, okay, you know who you are. It gives you self a confidence and all that shit. So when a nigga don't tell you that, they take that identity from you. So for me, I off of that false identity they gave me, I found the true self, myself though. And that's how I'm able to solve my fucking case. So I know what it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm here to let you guys know, man, to have a positive outlook on shit. Not because a lot of people don't understand what it's like to be positive. True positivity is not to ignore negativity. I know for me, there's certain things that I knew from the start. I couldn't put it into words, but I knew the family I was raised with, nigga, if the people are treating you this way, what type of education do you think you gonna receive? This bitch said to me, and that was her instruction to me. In life, you gotta learn how to envy other people, learn how to have jealousy for other people. For what? Because that's how, according to her, that's how you want to be more than who you are. Really? How about my gifts and talent? How about me fighting who I am? I mean, it's not a coincidence, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, these people, blinded by their ignorance, they don't deal with who they are. So, that's why a lot of these people, they become psychologically deaf. They can see the result of their action. But although they can't see it, but they know what they're doing. That's why they're hiding their hands. Like, yo, to be raised in a family that is actually, how can I say this? Even to your kids, blocking anything you have going on good with your kids. Even to have trying to kill me, knowing that I have kids. That alone, bro. And then what the fuck were you gonna tell those kids, man? That same year, this bitch have my kids like she was acting like grandma, like she loved my kids, and then I'm the one, the dad. Do you see how the shit is? It's you see how the narrative that they're trying to paint. So they had to kill my character, which they had already done, and then once they do that, well, I mean, shit. Then now at this point, it would be easy to take me out. But the thing is, you can't take out my character because I don't go by what they do. I was a whole different character that they couldn't kill. My presence was always, listen, I've been this. They know it. All they were doing was throwing rocks at the sun. Well, you can never reach it. All you got to do is lie. And then all people got to see is look at me. So it's like, excuse me. Okay. You see what I'm saying? And I have experience, even with my baby mother. This bitch was saying so much shit about me. And then I don't know whoever the fuck I met that knew her. I'm like, yo. It's like, and I wasn't even telling them that she was lying. They're like, yo, this is where I'm like, whoa. And that's what they said about me? Like, shit. Oh, okay. So this is what you're dealing with. And now you being you, these people always going to discredit you. Isn't that what they did to Jesus? How is that any fucking different? They said this nigga was actually working with the devil. Even when you see the whole, back and forth between the different courts that he was going through, was it pirates? I can't recall. I can't recall. But anyway, the different shit. If you see the movie, and then it's like even the nigga, like I just don't know what to charge this nigga with. It's like these niggas when I'm making connection with my kids, they're creating bullshit, sabotage. That's exactly what that means. What they are doing to make you look bad because they already know you don't look bad. You're not what they're saying. They gotta make you look what they're saying. So now they got to create the circumstances. Can you imagine the person you may think that's your mother? When I'm talking to my kids, she always gotta come in. Like, yo, nigga, those are my kids. Can I just talk to my kids? But her coming in, she knew what she was doing. She got to take the credit for it. And it got to a point where because they were working together, her and her baby and my baby, and they were in a sexual relationship too. Obviously, I mean, shit. I mean, shit. I mean, hey, listen, they could have each other all they want. Hey, listen, man. I don't want neither one of those pussies. So it don't matter to me. I already told that bitch, shit, man. You crazy. Anyway, it's just crazy. It's mediocre. It's low vibrational shit all the way, man. And to be honest with you, man, that's the hand I was dealt with. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we also, and the wise one always knows that too. You know what I'm saying? It's not the hand that you got. It's how you playing it, baby. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't. How would I be a spiritual healer if I had to carry my own cross? You know what I'm saying? It's like I had to overcome all of that, and then now to overcome motherfuckers trying to kill me for shit that I didn't even know that I have because they fucked up my whole identity. Do you understand that? Do you understand what I had to do? So niggas wanna kill me for shit I don't even know, man. It's like, nigga, did I eat your food? You know what I'm saying? Did I disrespect your family? Like, did I do anything? And all those attacks just because of what I have that I don't even know. Do you understand that? And then for 42 years, those people, that family, they work on that. Oh, it was all intentional. The secret was kept in between the whole family. They all knew what they knew. Obviously, I am the outsider here, and what they did too was what I thought my cousins, whatever, they created boundaries. So they know it was an organized. It is an organized crime. And then it's like, as always, to make me feel. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, and that's what makes this the whole thing beautiful. Because whatever they were doing, that was supposed to make me feel little, I was above all of it. First of all, like, even that's why this bitch, this mother here, like, she didn't really like, cause I already knew she was trash. How do you? I mean, it's like, somebody's stupid. You can't. I just didn't know. I couldn't put it in words how stupid she was until through life, and I started to put it together, and I'm like, what I'm saying. And not to mention, you always think your people are your heroes too, until you have to grow yourself to. Do you see what I'm saying? So, but originally, although you may talk about hero, I knew like, that ain't no hero. You know what I'm saying? You might want to talk about a gyro. That ain't no hero. You know what I'm saying? That is no subway, no hero. This is At best, that might be a toasted, just a toast. I mean, and that fucking with no nothing on it. That was a dark toast too. Like when you have a over toast bread, like you can't even eat that. So I knew that intuitively. It's almost like, and this shit is crazy. That's like knowing, damn, your mom is stupid, but I mean, of course, you being blinded by your emotions too. I mean, of course, it's mom, and in this path, that's what you have to kill. To kill your mother or to kill your parents, it's not the actual person that you have to kill, but it's the actual emotions that you have to release to find you, to maintain yourself. Because I have a strong sense of self, and they all knew it too. Come on, man, like that brightness as a kid. I didn't give a fuck. I wasn't following what everybody else was saying. I was always me. And when I mean, literally, you have a kid from 7, 8, 9 years old, man. I started reading the Bible. I was going, well, I was probably a little bit older now. I'm tripping. But the whole like 10, 11 and shit, you know what I'm saying? I was doing that shit for myself. I mean, they probably used to think I was crazy, obviously. But that was that shit that leads me here, though. And that's what they didn't see, and they didn't understand that. Yeah, he's just going to church. Yeah, it's bullshit. This nigga's still stupid. Let me keep lying to him. Let me keep doing this. Right. And then now this person, but all this time was, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. There's a lot more to come. There's a lot more to say about this, but this is better gonna be like definitely, I'm definitely gonna make a movie out of that shit. That's for damn sure. And a book too. But you know, that's that's part of the whole thing. But anyway, guys, 3 hours. Let me just. That's the world that you're living in. Don't see it from a one-sided perspective. Just Oprah, just Hollywood.